Okay. What is up, everybody? It's your boy KJ here with your crypto quickie, where we give you just the tip quickly. Let me just send the link out to Twitter, and we'll be ready to go. Just get some people up in here. Been recorded the whole time. I didn't know that. How's everybody doing on a Saturday night? Hope everybody's good. It's good timing. Markets, there's some stuff happening right now. It's pretty exciting. So we'll look at what I've been playing, as well as we can look at some of your requests, and we'll see how it goes. So let's see. What up, Kalo? How you doing? Everything good? Yeah, that was a little extreme. All right. What up? Let me just share this to my people. Let's see. Hope you guys did well this week. Altcoins were popping. They were very good. We'll go over some of the ones I discussed and maybe some new ideas. Might have something for you. There's a couple that look pretty nice to me. But that being said, I was out and about with the family. I didn't really get to keep up too much with what happened today. Anyway, let's start. Okay. The internet is fucking up? Oh, man. I'm just going to ignore you guys because last time you said my microphone was bad, and it really seemed okay to me when I listened to it back and I watched the video, but it wasn't too bad. I'm turning that volume up, so make sure the sound is good. And we got the new dojo layout on the chart. Let's see. Yep, black and red like Jordan, baby. Last dance. Okay, so BTC, I actually gave a trade for, it was about 9,100 entry. Wanted it to stay over 9K. And as this candle started to develop, it seemed pretty clear that that was going to hit right off of this bottom trend line here after being rejected by the top. This is holding on as support at the moment. So we shall see. That being said, this is right smack dab in the middle of the range. So it's kind of a dangerous place to play. Not crazy about messing around here, like either side. I'm not big on playing here. So BTC is kind of just ranging, chopping people up. On the weekend, you get even larger moves because there's less volume. So I really don't think that's where it's at, to be honest. I've been saying this for weeks. I only made one BTC trade in 2 weeks, and it was an immediate bounce for like $400 and hit the target, and we move on. But as far as alts as well as stocks, there's a lot of stuff to like. So let's take a look at the last stream. What did I talk about? I know I've been talking about VET. If you've kept up with my streams, yes. So in this wave here, I don't know if this was the last stream or maybe the one that I did with Stillman, we talked about VET. So basically I was showing you how we went through the crash cycle here, goes through its bear market, you get the fake out, retest the low, then it takes off. As soon as it gets above this level, you're in good shape. And that's why I said we're going to look to get to at least around here, which would have been 90 to 100 sats. It's gotten through that, and we're starting to get some acceptance up here. So I mean, this looks pretty good. I think there's a fairly reasonable chance that this will continue to break out. It's pretty good looking. Like the more we get, I mean, we have multiple daily closes above 100. I mean, that's pretty good. So this looks nice. I'd look for it to re-enter this original range here. Your key area is going to be around 160. Actually, it's more about 175. 160 to 175. If this breaks out, it'll head there. most likely. It doesn't need to go straight there, but this is starting to pick up. Also, you're starting to see the volume breakout, and yeah, that looks good. ZIL, that's another popular one. This one, when I was on that same stream with Stillman, we were here, right here, and I said, okay, this has broken out of its accumulation range, and it just retested the top of the range. So you have, see this wick here? That gets rejected, then it goes into a long ass accumulation. So you could draw it like this. Like this is like almost a year of this. And it breaks out of it, does a nice little impulse move, and retests here. Doesn't even go there. 160 was this level. Holds on to that. It just keeps going up, retesting the previous levels. 160 holds on, that's here. And I said, like, if this holds on, it can probably 2x. So I was looking, to be honest, for about 320. We got to 307. That's pretty damn close. So basically, like at this point, that would be the top of this fake out. Like if it gets above that, you're looking at 500 sats. So I'm not certain that will happen, but you know, this looks pretty good too. It was a nice little retrace. It's a pretty good one, but I would keep an eye on it. This is one of those things where like I would rather wait to see it get over 330, like if you're not in now. But I mean, that's a pretty long way away. It's up to you. I don't know. I think there's better stuff to make a play on, but this does look bullish. It's not bearish looking whatsoever. What up? What up? Who we got? Sounds better this time. Mario GB Roots. Have you seen Rivex? I don't know. That sounds like a real shit coin. So I don't know about it, but I'm willing to check it out. Like, I don't know. It's probably not even on TradingView, right? Is it? Rivex? Oh, the stock? This? Is that what you're talking about, B Roots? The stock Rivex? I mean, I don't know anything about it, but holy shit. It's pretty crazy. Thoughts on ZIL? Oh, yeah, okay. So just a shakeout, or yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call it a trend reversal. So for a trend to reverse, you need, all right, so you have the high and you have a low now. So, you know, this whole trend, this has been going on since May, as it's broken out. Well, really technically, like right here is when the trend starts, but basically you have low, high, low, high, low, high, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, another higher high, another higher low, higher high, higher low. So now you'd be looking for a lower high. So I would anticipate a bounce to this area. And if ZIL were to get rejected at 300, that would be semi-concerning. And if then it were to get rejected at 300 and then end up below 230, now you got to start paying attention and considering trend reversal. That's how I would look at it. Rivix is a BlockFire special. BlockFire. Be careful, guys. Straight out of Greece. That's right. Man, I was feeling like a mess today. I had my sweatpants shorts on, and my hair is a mess, and I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. I was not feeling it. I felt old. Hey, Chef in the house. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Thoughts on... Damn, Mario, you're giving me 3 tickers at once. Let me look at some others first. So this one, been told you guys about this one, but let's see, what's it doing? Yeah. So if you watched what I just said about VeChain, it's not the same thing as VeChain. But you had this pattern where it fakes out below the range and then pumps. Did it again, faked out below the range. I would anticipate that we will at least, I mean, this is kind of where we're looking, 58 to 60 sats. That's a spot where you should get like some sort of a stall. But this looks pretty bullish as well. I'm not too sure where it heads, but this Harmony token looks good to me. It's clearly trying to break out at this point. Volume all on the buy side. It's picking up, and you know, yeah, we're moving in the right direction. What's up, ARM Crin 88 back on YouTube? Yeah, man. So B Roots is talking about Rivik 60% staking. It's a wand chain project and making killer gains every day because of low circulating supply and lockups. Hey, I don't know. Stillman will check it out. Stillman in the house. What up, Stillman? Yeah, like we play these kind of things, but that's a little too small for me to kind of discuss. I don't know. I don't know about that. But after all, I mean, if you listen to what I've said, this is kind of the time to do that type of shit. The gem hunters are crushing it. So, that's why I talked about Uniswap and some of these other things. Like, have at it. The ease of entry, like most people have Binance, maybe like Binance and Coinbase now. There aren't as many people digging deep. So the people that are going to these obscure exchanges are going to, have that potential to do a little bit better than the kind of casual trader. Like if you really are looking for like that 50x, it's not going to be a coin on Binance most likely unless everything just takes off, which is a possibility. But the Uniswap trade ogres, these real shitcoin exchanges, that's kind of like, that's the game. Like if I came into crypto now and I had like $500 or something, or like I really had, I was a high school kid or a college kid, didn't have too much money and was really looking to make something out of my portfolio in crypto, I would be looking deep, because then when you're playing like low cap stuff, you don't really have to worry as much about liquidity. You'll get filled. Your orders will get filled. And, if you're someone that has a bigger portfolio and you're trying to buy like 2 or 3 Bitcoin of Rivix, you're going to pump the price kind of crazily. So you're not going to be able to buy as much as you want without paying an extreme markup, and which will eventually get dumped on you by the masternode people. They'll dump it right back down. But, if you're a little guy and you're trying to get big gains and grow like exponentially, it's something I would explore. I mean, I would definitely look into it rather than just trying to buy like XRP, and I mean, I think it's a good time to go for it. Also, Binance recently announced their stable coin is going to run on one. Oh, that's why it's pumping. Yeah, I mean, at this point when this fake out happened and it broke above this line, I was like, yeah, this looks bullish. See, you have 2 retests there, and then it just kind of takes off. Took a little time. It wasn't a fast mover, but it's starting to pick up now, and apparently you have some sort of Binance catalyst combined with it. That looks good. What else did we play? Let's see. I don't know. What do you guys want to see? I don't want to tell you everything, but Zen was a coin that we played. That was a good trade. Out of that now, but I don't know. I haven't really looked at it. So Zen, I mean, this is pretty bullish looking too, guys. Not bad. Not bad. You have this little Adam and Eve kind of bottom thing going on here, and it's starting to break out. Maybe we'll look at the overall dominance. So what's it? Coin signals. Seller did take off today. Bitcoin dominance. So this is the chart that we were discussing, Stillman and I. And you have this kind of rogue wick up here, which instantly gets shot down. We're right now on top of the box. If we get back inside here, that's pretty freaking good for alts, guys. Like obviously, I would say from a TA perspective, we're not out the woods yet, but obviously this level, the 60%, 61% area, that's the key. Like if it goes through there, it's just mania. I don't think we're ready for that yet, but a potential revisit of 62, I think it could go to 62. And if we went from 64 to 62, like it doesn't seem like too much, but to like the mid caps, it would be a lot, I think. Yeah, XVG is having a great run. Yeah. Oh, CHR. Okay. Yeah, that was your call. I think it did like a 2x in a day. So let's see. Yeah, it was pretty crazy performance. Yeah, you think it's a re-entry? So similar deal. You made a new high here. This is your range. Fake out. It's retesting it. Personally, I don't know anything about the fundamentals. For me, when I see this, I'm gonna assume that this is a lower cap. These typically will return to here. It could just take off. Maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But personally, I wouldn't play it here. I'd like to see it like come back to like maybe like here, somewhere around there, between here and there. But then again, I don't know enough about it and the liquidity. But when you get these kind of rogue wicks like that, you usually get a return to the level. So for instance, like Dragon Coin, right? Well, didn't do it. No, this is not the same. Which one was like that? Cash was like that, I think. There was a couple of charts that I saw. I like to play those charts with those wicks like that. You get the wick, then it goes back down. Then you get another wick, goes back down. Then you finally get a wick, and it makes like a shock wave right above the resistance, and then it takes off. But usually it ends up like somewhere down here, like in the original accumulation range. Let's see if I could find a different example. Nav Coin, I think, did something like that. Yeah, see? Like this. Then you see how this move is way stronger than that one? Right? Now, yeah, Nav Coin is fucking bullish, by the way. This looks pretty good. Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah, this looks good. I was looking at this the other day, and I was like, these wicks kind of remind me of like somebody is just like buying the book and, you know, loading up. Then it goes back down. They buy it slowly, slowly, slowly. Once they have the, look at all these wicks. This is like a guy, like some whale just buying a shitload of Nav Coin each time. And then now that he's loaded up, he starts to just buy a little and let other, like let the bots and stuff kind of buy it up, but he supports it. He may have a wall that he keeps moving up. And look at these dailies. So now you're starting to get daily closes above these wicks. That's pretty fucking bullish. Okay. I would be looking, I mean, I don't know. I just randomly kind of pulled this up, but this is not bad looking. You know, it's a pretty nice looking move going on here. See, they haven't even put the volume in yet. If the volume comes in, this is going to go to like, this is going to go higher. So it looks pretty decent. Quark chain. Yeah. Quark chain. Yeah, CHR looks much better than cash. I'm not this is more of the comparison that I'm thinking of. I know I was like I knew I was looking at a chart that reminded me of that CHR chart, like with these wicks. And there's a few others. This isn't the only one. Nebulous, that was another one. I don't think it's the same thing, but I know I saw something that I was like something strange is happening. Yeah, so like this, when you get a wick that big, look, it goes right back to this range. You probably get another one at some point on this. Not the same thing perhaps, but like you got to look at this volume here, like these volume spikes. I would say if this gets above 465, 470, like you could just like kind of FOMO in and then move your stop up. You can make like at least 10-20% on that. Yeah. If you're trading Quark Chain, we tried to play that because there was an arbitrage opportunity between Binance and KuCoin. And with Quark, you need to be aware that Binance is still trading the ERC20, and KuCoin is swapped back in August. So if like if you see that it's cheaper and you buy it on KuCoin and try to send it to Binance, it won't let you send it. So don't fall for that. What else? It's been a while since I did like a straight up altcoin stream. This is like, but it's interesting. I'm gonna show you. I'm giving you guys stuff here, so you take it how you want it. But I'm showing you the charts that I've been looking at. So Phantom also getting close. You know, this one can go. It's got room, got plenty of room. It's just coiling itself up here. Eventually, I think it breaks out of this range. I mean, as long as the trend remains strong. So this one is not ready yet, but it could be any minute. We'll take a look at RSR. That had a nice pump yesterday. Very nice. This 41.28, like around 41, has been a level that I've been paying attention to since this thing first listed. Every time it's gone over it, there's been a good reaction. So right here, as of right now, you still have a kind of like a lower high. You definitely want to see it over 48, but 39. I can't tell if that was it. It might have been. This might have been it here. It's not a bad time. You could take risk on this, I think. Like, you don't want it to go back below. So like if you enter at like 40.70 or something like that, you know, you're looking like below 39, you kind of be like, oh, I fucked up, you know, and get out and then see what happens. But you know, you can enter around. I think there's a decent chance that this is the dip. And you know, if this continues to break, I think it will clear this and make a new all-time high, to be honest. So, you know, could be right, could be wrong. We'll see. Mr. Edward Park, what's up? Oh, B-Roots, you tried the Quark chain thing too? That's funny. Tomo, you guys want Tomo? Chris made a signal on Tomo today, I believe. Same deal. Got a range. It still hasn't exited its bear market, but you did have the fake pump. The retest of the low came here. Well, it's not the low, but basically. And now it's starting to work its way out of the range. Looks pretty nice. It looks good. It looks good to me. Nice, Stillman. Nice. Neo. This is strange looking. Personally, I don't know. I mean, you could just look at this whole thing as one big accumulation area. And, you know, I tried to avoid, like, unless they're like super low cap shit coins that people have completely left for dead. And I guess I don't know if Neo falls into that category right now, but it's a little bit older and stale. I like playing like newer things. Not tremendously interested in it. Fertina says, huge dump coming to BTC. All the market will crash anytime. Okay. I mean, it could happen. I wouldn't say it won't, but you know, I don't know that. I mean, like we said with BTC, anything could happen here, and you know, it's right in the middle of it. At this point in time, I don't think you could definitively say it's gonna either break out and have a mega pump or dump horribly. It's kind of guesswork, and if you look at what it's been doing, I mean, it's still in an uptrend. So, you know, to call the top and say that it's going to dump horribly is, you know, you could be right. But yeah, I lean towards the bullish side. But I'm okay with being wrong. I could be. I still think that this eventually will break out. But we might as well give us the best coin not pumped yet. I just kind of gave you a bunch of coins, so you can look at those. But I think it's enough of the coins. We'll look over at the indexes. Let's see. So this was a baptism for the Robinhood traders this week. You You know, when Hertz pumps $1,000, it's kind of a sign. I mean, 1,000%, and Portnoy is just euphoric. There was definitely a lot of indications of, you know, that we needed some sort of a reset. That being said, this is a nice retest. Everybody kind of wants the stock market to be done. Whereas when BTC was at the top, there were some people that got it right, of course, but most people at that point, like the whole way up, they were saying it's a bubble, it's a bubble, it's a bubble. But when it really did the blow off top, there weren't that many people saying it. And, you know, it certainly seems like there's a lot of people saying that this is the top. And, you know, it doesn't usually work that way. Like when we look at NASDAQ, NASDAQ made a new all-time high, right? This can reset. We'll see what it does here. But, you know, at the end of the day, if V bottomed and made a new all-time high, I mean, you don't want to go against it too much, right? Like, I don't know. It's hard to say that this is bearish looking. I mean, this is a rejection, obviously, and now you get a dip, but you don't need the bottom of it. And at some point, you kind of want to buy the dip, right? So, you know, stocks, we're keeping an eye on them. A lot of individual ones. So like Microsoft was something that we played last week. Kind of similar to NASDAQ, took out the high, got rejected by basically 200, not exactly, but, you know, 200 is obviously a psychological number, nice round number. You know, you could wait and see if it recaptures that. And then, you know, if it does, I wouldn't be fading it. Let's put it that way. Like, that's probably the safest thing to do with stocks is kind of sit on the sidelines and wait. You don't have to do anything right now there. But, you know, ultimately, you want to see what it does. If it can recover, if it goes a little bit deeper. At this point, I would probably wait on Monday and see what happens. And if it gets real crazy as far as dumping, you know, you be ready. That's it. The knee in the house. Short dead cat. Yeah, SPX, short dead cat bounce. So that's what I'm saying. Like, people are saying this is a dead cat, but like that's a dead cat. Like, I don't know. Like, I've never seen a dead cat that went that high. I mean, it's pretty high. Like, it crossed over like multiple levels. We went right above like both, like two significant MAs and damn near to the top. SPX got rejected before this gap here, but you know, this is an important level. I wouldn't expect it to just waltz through. But like I said, like NASDAQ and like other assets like Tesla, and there are plenty of others, all made all-time highs. So, you know, it's not a dead cat bounce when you like recover the whole entire dump, right? Like, I don't know why that would be. Don Bitcoin's in the house. What's up, man? What up? Actually, I have company coming soon. So, how long have I been going? Oh, yeah. I got about 5 more minutes with you guys. So, if you have chart requests, whatnot, let's do it now. Thoughts, comments, KMD. Okay. Yeah, no, you could be right. I wouldn't completely rule it out. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a dead cat on Friday. And Portnoy, like he came out like he made a video exactly at the top of the dead cat. It was pretty funny. But yeah, Friday you definitely got one. I don't know. You kind of want to buy the dip, I think, in that type of trend. So we shall see. Definitely keep an eye on China. They were throwing some FUD out about, you know, redoing a new quarantine, but there was only a handful of cases. Obviously, the potential for a second wave and the way people have become very, very loose, and the majority of people basically think Corona is a meme now. That is concerning and something that we pay attention to. But yeah, I understand why they feel that way. It is very difficult to know what to believe right now. and you don't know who to trust. So the people that you would expect to get it right didn't, and they keep flip flopping. You wear a mask, you don't wear a mask. Can you get it if you're asymptomatic? Can you not? And they just keep going back and forth. So I can understand why people are skeptical, but 100,000 people did die, and it is quite contagious. Obviously, it seems like the weather is playing a part. Less people are sick, but if you look at some of these states like Arizona and these other ones that didn't have a ton of cases and they really had it under control, the last week, you're starting to see mega spikes. So I believe Arizona was around 200 per day, cases per day, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they had 1,500. So it was like a notable increase in cases that nobody's really talking about or paying attention to. So I think it's worth monitoring, because another a bad second wave, or basically a bad second wave, could cause another lockdown scenario right as we were about to open, and who knows what would happen then. But you could kind of see another shakeout in the markets if that were the case. So yeah, global economic reset announcement is interesting. Yes, yeah, we might as well look at FBTC. It's not bullish yet from the last I remember. Oh, it's close. It's getting close. Yeah, this is getting close. Yeah, if this wave breaks out here, so if we get above like 25.6 and it's not a fake out, like you want to see some closes up there, or just so it either, if it's bullish, it powers through like this 26 level, just like shoots right through it, and then like with volume and it just going above, like that's bullish. If it goes above and stalls immediately and like can't get through, I would be cautious. If we break through it and start pushing our way up, kind of similar to like this, like the Nav Coin. So like, see how this was resisted? It's just kind of like just going right through here. Something like that, I would say it's very, very bullish. You're going to see dominance, perhaps test 60, because F is going to make up for a larger part of the market cap. So if we can break through, I mean, obviously, kind of this 278 area would be the next potential area. But if this thing breaks out, like alts at first would probably suffer, actually, because you got to remember, when a coin that's in the top 5 cap has a real pump, it sucks up a lot of liquidity. Like, people don't realize in 17 there was BTC crushed alts, and then immediately after, actually Bitcoin Cash ended up fucking alts up. The Bitcoin Cash pump was pretty crazy, and there was so much volume going into that thing that it was like people were all selling their alts to buy Bitcoin Cash to get into the pump. And I think it happened with XRP as well, where one of the large caps goes ballistic and you actually watch the mid caps puke. And I think you're safe if you're in like really low cap shit, but if F breaks out, I would move up stops on your mid caps at first, because you might get like some nasty dump. It's a possibility. It's something to be mindful of. Like, basically, when a large cap pumps, like, watch out. Some of the like, maybe I think the other large caps would do well, but the mid caps could actually suffer a little bit in the short term. I mean, overall, it's very bullish for them, but right off the bat, especially like if you're a trader or you're trading on Binance futures and you're in something, watch out for that. Like, don't FOMO into like some mid cap because you see F breaking out and doing something extremely bullish. I would be careful. Yeah. So Saturday night quickie. That was quickie. I am done. I'll do a quick Periscope tomorrow to kind of recap stuff and see what's going on. We have the dojo call in the morning, so we go over a lot of stuff across all markets. I'll give you guys a little taste of what we discuss on Periscope tomorrow. Make sure to follow the new Instagram account, KJ Trading Dojo. That's where you get like there's some exclusive content out there. If if you're into like just the hot tips and you just want to know what coins are good and shit, like there's a lot of charts and stuff posted on there. So I would check it out. Stuff that I'm not putting out on Twitter or YouTube potentially. Yeah, incredible times in 2017. 2020 is pretty incredible too. This has been one hell of a year. Very, very exciting and scary at the same time. Markets have been crazy. I don't know what's gonna happen, man. I'm kind of concerned about what happens come election season. There's a lot of different things that could go wrong. With like the whole mail-in ballots, Trump has set it up to where if he loses the election, like I don't know, I really do fear that he would not want to leave the White House, and we kind of get like some sort of like civil war type scenario. But then again, if Trump wins the election, which personally I think he will, these protests they're not going to go away. And, either way, we're kind of fucked, right? I mean, the other scenario is, what if something happens to him? Then what happens? So these are things I think about as potential, like, crazy shit that could happen. Presidents have been killed before. And, the Fed is not somebody you really want to mess with. And, I don't know. There's a lot of money, a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. Who knows what's going on? But between Biden and Trump, I mean, it's not a great situation. Like, I think no matter what after that election, it's going to cause, some major disturbance within society. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm glad you guys enjoyed. Today was real loose. Like I didn't have any plan. I was just like, hey, we'll look at some coins. Stumbled across some that I actually was like, oh, this looks pretty good. Saturday, I'm gonna start doing these streams every Saturday. So if you're free, you can check it out. Next day, you can catch the recap. And then Wednesday nights are when I'm gonna do a different type of presentation. So I'm trying to be more disciplined. I do enjoy doing these, and it's kind of like I'm the type of person where if I have a schedule and I have a routine, like I'm very good at sticking to that. But if I just kind of wait until I randomly want to do something, who knows? I'll never do it. So I'm sticking to Saturday as the quickie, and Wednesday is like kind of the more prepared. It's actually going to be a video on Wednesday nights that I release, and I'll try to give you guys like 3 or 4 periscopes throughout the week to keep you updated. So, I'm very serious about keeping you guys in the loop, and obviously we do the dojo. That's where we really kind of offer the premium service. But at the same time, I feel like people that are just starting out need somebody that can kind of put you in the right position or the right mindset to make good decisions and not go crazy. A lot of the other people that I see just don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And it's easy to just click on some guy that's got 40,000 views and he presents himself really well with all this fucking Bollinger Bands and all this shit. And he has not a clue and no accountability. So, at the end of the day, it doesn't need to be extremely complicated. You see the brand of TA I do, and it's effective. And that's really the only thing that matters, right? I have a specific things that I look at, and, it works for me, and it's kind of simple. But, actually executing on it, and not letting your emotions get in the way, that's the key. Like, you could have a million indicators, but, if you're an emotional wreck, you're not going to make money. So, my advice would be, like, don't overcomplicate things. Keep it very, very simple, and don't go crazy going all in on shit, and, manage your risk. That's it. And, you're in a great position. I told you, like, when I first came out with the last YouTube, it was like a month ago or something. I'm like, I really think that, this is the time for people to get into crypto and altcoins and start to learn about that as well as stocks. I mean, become an investor, become a trader, whatever it is. I didn't just pick that day to do the video because I felt like it. I was looking at the charts and saying, like, this looks pretty fucking good. Like, everything looks good. I think that there's a decent possibility that all of these altcoins that have been in these ranges for like a year and a half are going to break out. And if they do, imagine it's like if you buy here, you win. So